Hello, Math 25 students. My name is Arkady Hajiev. I'll be your math instructor for this class for Math 25 for the summer, and hopefully you enjoy it. It's going to go super fast, so you do have to keep up on the homework here. You figure it's a 4-unit class, scrunched up 4 times as fast. So you're looking at in the next so many weeks, you're looking at almost like taking 15, 16 units. So it is going to go super fast. Hopefully you take the time to go with it, and hopefully it'll be a great semester for you. And so just a little bit about myself. Let me go actually to our 2-hour, I gotta move around this here, to the Canvas site. And I just want to take a little bit of time just to go right over here. I'm going to drop my picture here real quick here. All right, just a little profile and a little bit about myself. I've been teaching at West Hills College for over 15 years now, almost approaching 20 actually. At this point, I've taught almost pretty much every single class West Hills College has to offer. Before that, I taught at an inner city high school, and that was a great experience as well here. Thoroughly enjoyed teaching at the college level, and that's as well as the high school level. I received my bachelor's degree from Fresno State. Then I moved on to get my master's degree from Fresno Pacific University. I should say I went to Fresno City College as well. So I know the community college level, I know the 4-year public school level, as well as the private school. Been in all of them. So don't be shy to post your bio on here if you like. At the same time, the first discussion board that I have is for you guys just to tell me a little about yourself and for others to comment as well. So hopefully we get to know each other throughout the semester as well. So what I want to do is now go to the class itself, and let's just quickly go over one main thing here, which is the syllabus. So I figure after I go over the syllabus, you get to decide whether you want to stay in the class or not. That's what that's for. And so the syllabus is 2 different spots. You can click on the link that actually just says syllabus right there, and it has it right there. All right, you can also go to the files menu right over here, the files folder. And there's a whole bunch of stuff here, but one of them is the syllabus. And so there is how to set up your MyLab, which is going to be the next video. This is the study guide to the final exam already. There's some PowerPoint and PDF lectures. There's a midterm study guide. There's a schedule for June and July. And there's the syllabus. So that's what I want to go through right now. If you click on it once, it'll show up like that. If you want to print it out, I would suggest click on download and go for it here. And in fact, I would encourage every single one of you to download syllabi of each of your classes, just because as you head to the 4-year system, they may want to have your syllabus just to compare classes, and that's a good one to have alongside. So rule of thumb, every single class you take, save a syllabus of that class in some kind of digital form. All right, so we are looking at summer. Let me zoom in just a little bit more on this, just so I can see the whole piece here. Okay, so this is Math 25. It's statistics. And you're at C05. It's a summer class, and it is completely online from top to bottom here. We'll be communicating online, and you'll have coursework to be doing online. The textbook for this class is right here. It is the 7th edition of the textbook. And the ISBN number is given right here. So the question always comes up, some people already asked, do I need a physical textbook for the class? Answer is no, you do not need a physical textbook for the class, because once you sign up for, it's called the MyLab Math, there'll be an ebook there. So if you need to, you go to the ebook. But if you do want a physical textbook in your hand, you could purchase one. You can rent one as well. If you go to, the top major 3 that come to my head is textbooks.com. That's one. Amazon.com also rents textbooks, and Chegg.com. You go to any one of those 3 places, you could probably get the book relatively inexpensive, probably around the $15 to $18 price range. Anyway, so my name is Arkady Hajiev. I will do Zoom office hours. Probably posted the second week of class, or maybe try the end of the first week of class, because I know this class goes fast. So we got it. My office number is there. My email is there as well. Call my office number and just leave a voicemail that come to my email as well. Okay, so what you should have gone through is maybe a Math 63 class if you're here at Wesco College, or a Math 64 class, or you're placed in the Math 25 class already. So there it is. But what we're going to do is we're going to basically be tackling two things here. We're going to be basically tackling probability and statistics. It's almost like two sides of the same coin. And so the course objectives, a whole bunch of them right there, but you won't know those, but you should know them by the end of the class. So we go from there. The next thing on the list is something called the student learning outcomes. So this is the math faculty at West Hills College, Coalinga, got together and we said, hey, what are the three most important pieces of information you want to have the kids walk away with? And so those are those three. When you look on the schedule for July, you actually will also see that there's a test on these three. So as we get closer to those, I'll send out an email reminding you where to find those. All right. And also there's something called institutional learning outcomes. So every single class you've ever taken at West Hills College should have fallen under these 7 categories right here. So either communication competency, most like English class, right? Analytical inquiry, so more like critical thinking or history class, humanities. Ours falls under 3, which is reasoning with numbers, quantitative reason. And so go from there. Okay, so the setup of the class. Here's the way I've made it. I have made 2 different sort of lectures that could be accessed, and we'll cover a little more in the next video here. But how are you going to get the content for the class? You can do one of 2 ways. When you sign up for the MyLab site, you're going to go to the multimedia library and you search for section videos. And what they have there is they have the publisher pretty much just teaching the whole class. That's one way you could do it. And if that suits you fine, go for it. That's how you grab the content of the class. The other way to do it is several years ago, when I was teaching the same class, what I did is I recorded my lectures. So it's me interacting with students, them asking me questions, pretty much as a classroom feel. And on this little link here, if you click on it, you're going to go to a playlist. It's going to be on the right-hand side, and you just pretty much work your way through the rest of it here. And so, again, we'll cover that a little bit later on the next video. I just want to cover the syllabus as a whole, just sort of see if you want to keep on going with this class. All right, next is you're going to have some online homework. And I just tell you where you're going to find it. You're going to find it at the MyLab and Mastery site. That's where you're going to find that. When you take your midterm, you're going to find it there too. One major thing I need to tell you, right, is there's due dates for the homework. And because the MyLab Math site, they go off of just a straight basic time schedule. So it's not local specific. It's Eastern Standard Time. So whenever something is due on a certain day, just know it's going to be always due 1 minute before 9 p.m. because on East Coast Standard Time, I will change to the next day. So this system, it runs on Eastern Standard Time. Just know that. Always 3 hours ahead. Due dates are always going to be at 9 p.m. or just a little shy of 9 p.m. of each of those days. All right, so the midterm, yes, there'll be a midterm approximately halfway through the class after we finish up chapter 5. And what you'll have is, on the homework, you have unlimited attempts to do the homework correctly. On the midterm, you have 2 attempts. That's it to do this. All right, that's the difference between the tests and the rest of the stuff. The SLO exam already told you about that, but it's gonna be a little different. It's not going to be on the MyLab Mastery site. It's actually going to be on the Canvas site, as well as the discussion boards. The discussion boards, there's 3 that are already out for you. But one of them, the first one I want you to do is just to go ahead and introduce yourself to the rest of the class. That would be the important one. And to comment on others, find other people's posts. All right, and then the final exam, same thing as the midterm. Yeah, it's going to be a cumulative exam covering pretty much most of the topics covered during the whole entire semester. You're going to have 2 attempts to answer the questions correctly. And there are study guides already in the file folder, as we saw earlier in the video. All right, coming on down, attendance. Here's what I want you to do. I need for you to email me. If you want to stay in the class, I need you guys to do it the first day. Because if you don't, then I'll send a little quick email saying you're going to be dropped. So first day of class, please do go for it. Do it now if you need to. Stop the video and email me. All right, you need to sign up for the MyLab Math by Wednesday. I know it's fast because things already due. So what do you do here? It is a 14-day free trial. And for the next 2 weeks, you get to decide if you want to keep on going with the class or not. Based upon that, you don't have to pay for the access to the publisher website. If you do decide to go with and stay in the class, you will have to pay for the subscription for the semester. And it is roughly about $90. It's almost like buying a textbook for the class, essentially. All right, and I do want to go through this real quick here. If you need some guidance as to how to set things up, I'm going to close this up real quickly here. We're going to go to here. Click on this right here. It's linking Canvas and MyLab Map for my class. All right, you're going to go here, and it's going to give you an explanation, just kind of quick. How do you go there? Click on that, go to your class, and go for it. All right, so please do take the time to do that. There's some help numbers if you need be, because I'm not in the mix of that. That's going to be between you and the publisher side at this point here, but this gives you a way to go for it here. So you're going to click on the MyLab and Mastery. Once you click that, you're going to create an account if you don't have so already. And then you're going to have 15 days without payment. It is a temporary access. It will shut down on day 15, literally. That's exactly what happens. So before you hit to that date, you have to make sure that you want to stay in the class or not, and then go ahead and pay for the rest of the semester. All right, so back to the syllabus. All right, I'm going to scroll down just real quick here. All right, so first thing you need to do, email me saying that you want to stay in the class. Second is you need to sign up for the MyMathLab by Wednesday. All right, and then you keep on going. All right. So then if you do want to drop the class, please make sure you drop yourself. I will kind of take a look at who's attending, who's not with the online class. It's sometimes a little difficult to see who's been doing work or not. So if you say this class is not for me, please drop yourself in the class. In fact, your academic record is your responsibility. The obligation rests upon you to make sure that you know where you're at on that. Okay. Next is, if you need to contact me, general questions, just email me. But of course, we may have several students that are asking the same question. I will post it up if I feel like it's a question that keeps on recurring. All right, stuck on the homework. You can email me. There's video explanations as well, though, about it. And then also, I'm going to try to set up some weekly office hours. Usually on summertime, we don't, but I'll see what we can do about that. All right. And this class, this one right here, the office hours, I will set up something right here. We're not connected to the NC class this time. And so no need to connect to the NC 202 class for that. I'll just directly put links here. All right, but the drop dates are June 24th. On this day, if you think this class is not for me, I better drop, please drop by this date. There'll be nothing on your transcript that indicate that you ever were in this class. All right. If you stay in this class after this day, that means you're going to be enrolled in the class. And so if for some reason you still need to drop, they'll have a W in this class. If you are enrolled after the 17th of June, then I have to give you a letter grade after that. So that's A, B, C, or D. All right, how do I break up the points? Here it is. Online homework would be worth 20%. The midterm is worth a 30, discussion worth a 10, slow exam is 10, and then the final is 30% of your grade. And here's my other little caveat is you'd have to earn an average between your midterm and final of at least 70% in order to get passing grade in the class. Just for me, because I don't want people doing their homework, getting hundreds on the homework and then bombing the test. Because really, we should be tested to see what we know. All right, conduct in the class just means if you do something that is forbidden by school conduct regulations, maybe even disturbing other members and distracting from the learning environment, I get to have the ability to drop you from the class. All right. On the other hand, we also have a whole bunch of support services here. So if you think you qualify for any one of these, if you want to even look it up in the catalog, like the Career Center, care if you need childcare, The one I want to mention the most, let's see, there's even EOPS that pays for textbooks. There's tutoring. If you're a high school student, there's something called Upward Bound program you want to take a look at it. If you're close to transferring, take a look at the transfer center. We even have veteran services. So please try to see if you can be benefited by any one of those services. The one I want to particularly mention is DSPS. If you had a or if you know, or if you think you have a learning disability, please take the time to call that number there in the catalog here. They will give you a test to see, and if you are, then there'll be some support for you in order to compensate for the learning disability. All right, please do so. Please do so in the first 2 weeks of class, just so you can make those arrangements, because we're going to go super fast with the rest of the things here. All right. So again, this is the syllabus. Hopefully you enjoy this class. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully the syllabus kind of gave you a little feel of if you want to continue or not in the class. And please take the time to email me on the first day if you want to stay. Please state your name and say you want to stay in the class. That's all I need from you. All right. And then sign up for the free 14 days of the My Math Lab. All right. I wish you well and a wonderful semester.